All right, guys. Another plot have been discovered at the Supreme Court as Jackson Ode have discovered a plot to rig the Supreme Court judgment in favor of Tinibu. According to him, he said that the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Ariwola, is preempting the U.S. court ruling on Tinibu's Chicago State University record. That's what Jackson Ode. A lot of you do not know Jackson Ode. He is an investigative journalist and also a whistleblower. He served under Goodluck Jonathan as Director of Strategy and Communication. Now, Jackson Ode came out. He wrote in his Twitter handle. He said, "Look at what he said. He said that the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Olukoyede Ariwola, has perfected plans to preempt the ruling of United States Court bordering on President Tinibu's academic record at Chicago State University." Now, Jackson Ode in his tweets, tweeted that the CJN is rushing to constitute a Supreme Court that will hurriedly hear appeals from both Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi in order to make the U.S. Chicago court ruling a mere academic exercise. That's what they're planning to do. Now, like I said, they want to rush the ruling so that before U.S. court will come up with any ruling, they have already delivered the ruling already on their own. Now look at what he said. He said Atiku Abubakar is challenging Atiku Abubakar, everybody know, is already challenging Tinibu in U.S. court in Chicago. Now, the information we are hearing is that, yes, they confirmed that there is one called Tinibu that graduated from Chicago State University, but she is a female. There's a lot of discrepancy before the court already. A lot of discrepancy. Now, Atiku wants to get it because by Wednesday of this month, September, the 14 days the 14 days period for you to file appeal at the Supreme Court must have elapsed. But what I do not even know is, will the Supreme Court admit evidence against Tinibu now, or are they merely just, because I know the Supreme Court is merely ruling or looking at the ruling of the tribunal already with all the evidences they've got. So I don't know if they will accept a new evidence, what I'm not sure. So those of you who are legal practitioners, you can let me know if there's a room for Supreme Court to accept more exhibit against Tinibu as a noun. Is what I don't actually know about. Now look at what Jackson Ode once again said. He said the Chief Justice of Nigeria is in a hurry. He is preempting whatever ruling the U.S. court will deliver by hurriedly setting up the Supreme Court panel on the presidential election petition and rush a ruling in favor of Bola Tinibu. That's what they want to do. So if the time elapses this Wednesday for both Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar to submit their appeal before the Supreme Court, the Supreme Court will hurriedly set up a panel immediately. And of course, in that panel, Ariwola, the Chief Justice himself, is in that panel. And so there is an outcry already on that issue already, that he should not be included because everybody know that he is Tinubu's stooge. Alright? Now look at this. Justice Jeffrey Gilbert of the U.S. District Court, Northern District of Illinois, have reserved ruling on whatever or not to order the Chicago State University to release the academic records of Bola Tinibu to Atiku Abubakar. You see, so some people said that, some people have the opinion that since Tinibu is American stooge, is American puppet, and that Biden had prevailed upon the court not to release a record to Atiku Abubakar, because if they do, Tinibu will be destroyed. His image is going to be destroyed. And that's what Tinibu himself begged the court. Tinibu begged the judge not to release his academic record to Atiku Abubakar. According to him, he said Atiku Abubakar is sandboxing him. That's what Tinibu said. Now, everybody know that Justice Ariwola is a stooge of Tinibu, and now he is rushing. If you look at the tribunal itself, the tribunal, they just announced within 2 days that they were going to deliver judgment within 48 hours, and they did. So people said that why they rushed the judgment of the tribunal immediately was because of what is happening at the Chicago State Court. Now the judge, have said that in Chicago State Court, the judge have said he reserves the ruling until he wants to study it properly. That's what the judge said. He wants to properly study it because, according to the information, none of the academic staff of the Chicago State University can actually vouch under oath that the certificate Tinibu tendered to INEC is their own. So there's a discrepancy here, and Tinibu is begging the information not to be released to Atiku because his own is finished. So why the Supreme Court is rushing to deliver any judgment, they are rushing now. In fact, you might even discover that they might even rush to deliver the judgment within 1 to 2 months time, because the Supreme Court is not gathering any more evidence again. They may not be gathering evidence. They are just studying the ruling of the appeal court, and everybody know the Supreme Court is one of the most corrupt judiciary. The toughest rank in judiciary. The appeal court. Sorry, I said appeal court. The Supreme Court is the most corrupt. Look at what happened to the ruling they gave to both Atiku Ahmed Lawan, former Senate President, and Goodluck Jonathan, and also Umahi. Look at the judgment they gave to them, despite the fact that these people did not partake in a senatorial primaries in their respective constituency, but they were returned by the Supreme Court. How did that happen? And that was why the U.S. Department of Justice had to bar up to several Supreme Court judges from visiting United States. So guys, we are just bringing you this. This is what Jackson O'Day said. He uncovered this, that this is what they are planning to do now. So that before the U.S. court will give any judgment is a nullity. It doesn't make any sense again to Atiku Abubakar. There is no need for it. By then, they must have delivered their own judgment already. Because if they allow the U.S. court to deliver judgment and destroy Tinibu's image, or or conclude that Tinibu was not the one who attended school in Chicago, that will affect his ruling. It will affect Tinibu at the Supreme Court here. So the Supreme Court is rushing everything they can to actually stop this or prevent this embarrassment to them by rushing to institute panel that will hear the case and immediately.
To be honest, I'll be alright if you